Spank, spank, spunk. Wow. I love that we have old throwbacks from when we were 5 years old.
Well, I think
What's that off of?
That was the Grinch,
That's
but
right.
it's stink, stank, stunk. It's a nice little water bottle.
How adorable, right?
That's cute.
It was a gift from a wedding. I think it was filled with candy when I got it.
Oh, yummy. What kind of candy?
Gummy treats.
Are you a candy person?
I can be.
Really?
When my inner fat kid comes out, absolutely.
Well, what's your fave candy?
Oh man, have you had those? I don't remember what they're like, the twin snakes. And half of them are sour and half of them are sweet. I forget the brand. It's a very popular brand.
Yeah.
Holy shit, those are
so
really
good.
Freaking delicious.
I love the ones that I love. Everyone hates. I love the marshmallow, like the banana marshmallows.
Yeah, you're fucked.
And the strawberry marshmallows.
Ew.
I love those.
Is that your inner fat kid talking?
That's me right now talking.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I think I actually have some of those twin snakes in my cupboard.
You do?
Yeah. I had a friend over a couple weeks ago and we had a little movie night.
Cute.
And we went all, we did the chocolate, we did the chip, we did everything.
Oh yeah. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we start?
Let's start it
Hey,
up.
welcome. Season 3 of The Hot Johnson.
Yeah, we're back in action.
We are back, baby. We haven't filmed an episode since May, so it's been a couple of months. This episode is just an opportunity to connect with you guys, the audience, to catch you up on what's been going on with Braun and I personally in our lives the last couple of months. We're going to have a little bro sis.
By a couple of months, you mean a few months, because it's September now. So it's been about 5 months since 4 months.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. So we're just going to have a little heart-to-heart today, brother-sister style. Going to also catch you up on some exciting new things. Well, I guess we can even talk about that right now. So this season, we've got some cool new things coming down the pipe. First of all, I want to let you guys know, if you're listening right now, we are now also filming our episodes. So,
again.
Yeah, again. We did that in the first season, and then
we learned a lot in the first and second season. You know, that balance between wanting to put out really high quality content and getting burnt out.
Yeah.
Finding that balance between the two, because if anybody has tried to put together a podcast and videotaped it and the editing and the setup and the derp, it's a lot. So we did burn out multiple times, and now we have things in the pipeline to make sure that we're on track, scheduled, and just on top of things.
Yeah. So you can watch this on YouTube now, as well as listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcast. So one really exciting new thing that we are doing this season is we are having anonymous guests come on the podcast for coaching, counseling sessions with Braun and I.
That's right. We really just want to, what we're all about is obviously hot conversations around wellness, everything from physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health. And we want to give you guys an opportunity to come on and receive that value 2-on-1 sessions, so you can apply to be on the show with us and get coached, counseled by Denai and I.
Yeah. So we're so excited for that.
Where did they do that?
I think you were the one who put it up on Insta.
I know. I'm just throwing you a bone so that you can speak on it.
Brat.
The link is in the Instagram bio. So if you go to our Instagram bio.
Yeah, go to our Instagram bio. We'll try and get you on the show.
That's right.
We've also got some exciting guests lined up this season. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah. Some local people that are in the wellness industry. Yeah. Some really exciting guests.
We're not going to tell you the other ones. You'll just have to wait and see.
That's right.
Yeah. So yeah, Bronny and I are we're going to have a little vulnerable heart to heart today. I've got actually some pretty vulnerable, maybe even a little bit controversial stuff to share today.
Oh my.
Yeah, but before we get into that,
some tea.
You know what I found?
What did you find?
Look at what this is.
What is that? Oh, it's your diary.
Dude, this is my diary from when I was a kid.
Wow.
Hold it up for the audience.
Shit.
Yeah.
She didn't tell me she was bringing this in.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
So 1995. So I was
You are
10.
old.
How old was I? I was like 10 years old when I had this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Shut up. You're only 2 years younger than me. You're not. And I was just flipping through it the other day and I found 2 specific entries that were related to you.
Oh my God.
And so I thought I would read them.
That's hilarious. She didn't tell me she was doing this.
No,
Okay.
I didn't.
Adorable.
So keep in mind, this is my diary where I'm like venting and I'm angry
God.
about things.
That's awesome.
So this entry was from December 14th, 1995.
Wow.
So what I would have been
30 years ago.
9 years old?
Yeah.
9 years old.
Yeah.
I'm 39 now. Okay, so it says, Dear Diary, I was staying home because I was sick, and so was my brother. We were bored, so we played Nintendo. My brother was showing off so much, I couldn't stand it. He always shows off. One day, I'm going to get back at him. Someday I will. I promise. You know, I might show off too, but I don't mean to. Now my brother, he tries to show off, especially at birthday parties or when he's with my friends or cousins.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That's hilarious.
Right? Right? Keep in mind, this was me this is like your diary as a kid is where you go to vent.
Yeah.
Right? So
what an asshole, little Braun. How dare you show off?
So obviously these were, these weren't like my happy memories. Cause like growing up, I feel like we had a really great relationship and like we were super close.
That's really cool that you were keeping, whoa, holy shit. That thing is full.
Oh yeah. And I had it all throughout high school.
Wow.
So,
that's amazing that you were keeping a diary and like recording those kinds of thoughts at such a young age.
Yeah. I stopped for a period, but so fast forward. This one, are you okay with me reading this?
Of course.
Okay. So
yes.
Fast forward. This one was when I was 17 years old. This was June 9th when I was 17. Dear Diary, I'm feeling so stressed out. It's a week before the end of school and there's so much to be done. For the past 2 weeks, I've been really, what does this say? I've really slacked off because I've been so sick of school. Well, now it's caught up to me and I'm feeling so overwhelmed. On top of that, my hypoglycemia. So when I was younger, I had struggles with my blood sugar. Like I used to come home. I don't know if you ever remember that at all, but like I'd come home from the gym because I started working out in grade 6 and I would just like pass out on the couch and like feel nauseous and shaky and mom would have to bring me food.
Yeah.
So my hypoglycemia is driving me nuts right now. I feel as though I'm going to snap because I used to get really, really bad sugar cravings.
Right.
Like, look, it was really cool to look back on this because as the knowledge that I have now, I'm like, oh, like poor little thing. I had candida.
Right.
Like I had so many blood sugar issues as a kid.
Right.
Yeah. So I go on to say, I'm craving sugar and I'm extremely agitated. Earlier, I went to have a Coca-Cola and my brother says to me, don't you have any control? Well, I just snapped. What does he think? He's perfect? I hate when people don't understand that my addiction is endless.
Aww.
Every day I cannot have sugar. Like, I don't know why I'm getting emotional. I think it's because like I did have like such struggles with my health as a kid.
Yeah.
And I remember that like my sugar addiction, like my cravings were so intense.
Yeah.
And this is for anybody out there who feels like they have crazy sugar cravings. Like that is such a real thing. If you have an imbalance in your gut of, you know, the good and the bad bacteria, we can really crave sugar an insane amount. And it wasn't until I started working with a naturopath and went on like some supplements, chromium really helped balance that and to just also do like some killing off of the bad bacteria.
Right.
But my sugar cravings used to be so intense. And so it's like, it's a bit of a trip to think back to this. I hate it when people don't understand that my addiction is endless. Every day I can't have sugar. If I do, I get so agitated and I crave sugar even more. I'm so sick of this. Sugar is in everything and the smallest amount of it affects me so greatly.
Aw. So I was an asshole in that moment for sure. No. I actually feel like I remember that, like vaguely.
Which part?
The Coca-Cola part and me saying that to you. And I think I actually remember, and it's funny how we do this, maybe people in the audience can relate, where sometimes we say things and we mean to say them like out of like love and care, but they come across as the opposite. I actually feel like I do remember that and saying it from the perspective of like wanting to help, but like also not obviously saying it in a helpful way.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's
Do you know what I mean though?
yeah, I totally know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really felt like I didn't have control especially as a kid. And I mean, I can still relate to that now with food to a certain extent. Like food has always been my vice and always been my thing. But as a kid, I really did not feel in control of it.
Yeah.
And it was, just like really not a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you know something's not good for you and you feel like you can't stop yourself from having it.
Yeah. I hear that.
Which I'm sure you can relate to.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest things for that for me in my past was porn. Yeah, just like not so much an addiction to porn, but more an addiction to orgasm, like the release from that, not feeling like I have any control over that. That's probably the biggest one.
Yeah.
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 I'm sure
and definitely to some degree with, obviously alcohol.
Yeah.
It's different though. Like alcohol, there seemed to be, there was a period where there was that kind of like itch that I need to scratch, and I didn't feel like I had any control around it. And definitely sugar for a long time, and the sugar in the alcohol played a part of that as well.
Oh yeah.
But I think that, there's that line between something that we are addicted to, and there's varying degrees of it.
Yeah.
To the degree where it's like you have no control. You feel like you have no control.
Yeah.
I think that's the definition of addiction to begin with. Something that you don't actually feel like you have any control over of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm curious, how does it feel for you to talk about the porn thing? Because I know you haven't really ever talked about that on here before.
Yeah, I've gone through periods of my life where I cut that out like consistently and for like weeks and weeks or months at a time. I think it's about having an honest relationship with it, right? Like just like sugar or alcohol or weed or sex or anything. It's about having an honest sense of what your relationship is to it.
Yeah.
And I think that anything in life that feels like we don't have any control over the thing, it strips us of our power. And whether we're conscious of it or not, we don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
So it's about taking your power back. And I think it's really easy to blame the substance for the feeling for addiction, but it's actually our unconscious relationship to it that needs to be addressed. So me with porn, again, it wasn't porn. I just used porn as a tool to have that experience of the orgasm, of that release, right? But these days it feels way more healthy. Like it feels like a choice rather than like I need it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's people listening right now that are like, oh, it's weird that a brother and sister are talking about porn and orgasm together. But I think it just goes to show, like, obviously, especially within the work that we do with coaching and counseling, it's like nothing is taboo. Like we talk about, everything and anything. This is just what it is to be human. And I think for so many of us, like especially the category of sex, we've made it such a taboo, shameful thing when it's like, this is just part of being human. So I appreciate that you're willing to just like be open about that.
Well, and that's really the thing, right? Is that it comes down to a component of shame. And it's the reason why we don't talk about it. Why don't more parents talk about sex with their kids, for example? It's because of shame, right? We have so much guilt and shame associated with that part of our bodies and that topic of life that we don't even know how to talk about it without getting uncomfortable or without feeling fear or, again, shame. Yeah. Right? So, totally. Yeah, to me, talking on here about it, talking to you about it, I feel like that if I haven't dealt with it to a certain degree, then it would have felt way more uncomfortable. Yeah. But because it's something that has been a work in progress and I have done a lot of work around it, it's more comfortable to talk about. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I'm hearing you say, like, do you feel like it was like essentially like a vice for you? Like when you're comparing it to, alcohol and weed, like, did you kind of see it for yourself as a way of like self-soothing?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was interesting. I was just having this conversation the other day, actually, with somebody about porn, and was kind of talking about exactly that. It's like, so often we look at these external things as being the issue when it's like, as you said, the reality is often we are using these vices, whatever it may be, to just like help us have a certain experience to feel better. Yeah. So once we kind of address whatever is like, what are we getting out of this experience?
Exactly.
And how can we, I feel like a lot of the times there's like a disconnect from ourselves, something that we don't want to look at, something we don't want to see and deal with. And so we're looking for these things to, just make us feel better ultimately.
Absolutely. And maybe that's a good question to ask you. What are you using right now to self-soothe, to make yourself feel better when you're in that triggered state? Is it chips or chocolate? Or is it sex or porn or gambling or shopping, And like, again, these are all like little big hot topics that have so much shame associated with them. But it's not until that we can, talk about it in a safe, meaning non-judgmental way where there's more acceptance and just acknowledgement that we're all human.
Yeah.
We all have a shadow. We all have vices.
Totally.
And what I think like one of my biggest things that I love to say and speak about publicly is just that acknowledgement that like everybody has shit.
Yeah.
And the more we pretend like we don't, the more we just continue the shame loop in our society, in our families, in our friend groups. It's a huge reason why people are hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So it's good to talk about.
Yeah.
It's healthy to talk about. It's important to talk about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It takes courage, but it's important.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah. So little update on what's been going on with me. I have finished counseling school.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Massive.
Yeah, I started in 2023, 2 years of counseling school. Feels so good to officially be done my practicum. I'm now officially taking on clients.
Boom.
Yeah, I've been working at a clinic here in the Okanagan called Tidal Elements. An amazing space there. So I'm seeing clients in person here in the Okanagan. And then I'm also seeing clients online right now.
Beautiful.
Which has felt so exciting and so good. Like I literally have been working up to this for, I don't know, you've known how long, like I would say at least probably 5 years that I've wanted to move into this space.
I feel like it's been even longer. I feel like that this is, your hot spot.
Yeah.
I feel like that this is your soul's work.
1,000%.
I feel like I've seen this in you for probably about 16 years, to be honest with you.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I feel like this is something that I've seen you moving towards for a really long time.
Yeah. And my dream literally, like I remember a couple of years ago, was to be a counselor, work with clients, and to have a podcast talking about like having clients on, having people on and helping them with their problems. And so the fact that you and I are literally doing this now, like this is a huge bucket list dream come true. Like we're doing it. And so I hope for anybody out there listening who has that dream, that thing that they're feeling called to, like take that step, do it, because if I can do it, you can do it. It was like a big transition, obviously, to go from being a radio host for 20 years to now being a coach counselor. And there's been a lot of hurdles and hardships without a doubt, like the transition of going back to school at almost 40 years old and the financial side of things and being an entrepreneur for the first time in my life. Like, a lot of your shit comes to the surface.
There's a lot of new things.
Yeah. And I think...
And you're working through them.
Totally. And I think as we age, we get so used to being in our little comfort bubble. And sometimes it's really hard to break out of that, you know?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. I'm so proud of you. And I'm excited for you. I think one of the biggest questions that I want to ask you is, what kind of people are you most excited about helping?
Yeah.
Like, who do you really want to help?
Totally.
What is this really all about for you?
Fuck yeah.
She's going to cry.
Oh, I'm definitely going to cry multiple times. I mean, I already cried once, right?
Yeah.
I know. I was like, we should probably you don't drink anymore. But
it's because I attacked you about your Coca-Cola.
It's true. You jerk.
Sorry.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen on social media recently, I launched so I'm doing one-on-one sessions with clients, but I also just launched a 12-week program called Queen Energy. And Bron, you know this, over my life, there's been like a lot of queen things in my life.
A lot of queen themes. You were Queen Silver Star.
When I was 16 years old, which is, for those who don't know, I was Miss Vernon. Every town has their Miss Vancouver or Miss Lytton or whatever. I don't know why Lytton just came to mind, but so I was Miss Vernon, which was called Queen Silver Star. And then I was in a band, a girl group called Queens. And so, yeah, there's just been a lot of Queen theme. And I've always really loved royalty vibes. Like my home was decorated when last time I lived alone. It was like decorated with all gold and royal purple and, like royal red. Like,
and look at your jewelry.
Yeah.
Give one of these for the camera.
Well, I don't have my nails on right now. I started playing guitar again, so
nice.
I am missing those. But
good for you.
Yeah, I do like the Queen aesthetic. And so more importantly, the program is, and who I'm most passionate about helping is essentially helping. It's like everything I put into this program is the things that I struggled with.
Yeah.
As a young girl. And it's like, I want to help the women who are really struggling with their confidence, who don't feel seen, who feel like they don't have a voice and know that they are playing small.
Yeah.
Because of that, they look around at other women who stand with their shoulders back and their head held high. And it's like, oh, she just looks like life looks so easy and enjoyable. She gets the guy and she looks beautiful. She's confident about her body. I know what it's like to look at other women and have those thoughts and feelings and want that for yourself and to know that your life could be more.
Yes.
I know what it's like to think that a man is going to be the thing that helps you actually feel worthy.
Right.
Like we grew up with the Disney movies that tells us being with a man completes you.
Yeah.
And I think we are given that message that like a man is what validates you. It's like what proves that you are worthy of love and being chosen.
Right.
And my whole journey was about healing my body, my mind, body, and soul from the inside out, starting with when I was a kid, like I was just talking about with all my struggles with like my health. Like I was almost 200 pounds by the time I was in grade 6. And I had to go on such a journey of healing my body, all the chronic illnesses that I was constantly getting, bladder infections and constantly getting sick. And so I've essentially put my whole life's wisdom of the firsthand things that I have learned with my nutrition background as well.
Right.
To help women truly, because I think to be a queen, you radiate from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is learning to take care of your vessel.
Heck yeah.
And your body.
Amazing.
So that's a component. I bring in my nutrition education to help with that. And then just helping more around the confidence piece, helping you step into your power, your voice, your reclaim your body, your space.
Right.
Have more confidence about your the way you look, all of these things.
Amazing. To
ultimately show up in the world in a way that you feel like, hell yeah, this is me. I love me and I'm here to rock, baby.
Yeah. I feel like anybody, and I'm being so freaking honest right now, I feel like anybody who jumps on this opportunity right now to work with you is in a really good position for a couple of reasons. One, because right now it's a one-on-one program. Mm-hmm. So people are going to be getting, the women that are going through this program, it's going to be a one-on-one experience as opposed to a group. Yeah. So they're getting so much more value that way.
Yeah, I might make it as a group in the future. But
of course.
Yeah, right now I am really just loving the intimacy of having a one-on-one session with someone.
Right. So there's that. And it's also, when we, as coaches and counselors, when we launch a program, it's typically at a reduced rate compared to what it's going to be in the future.
Yeah.
I have so much, I'm genuinely excited about the women who get to go through your program.
Oh, thank you.
No, I mean that because it makes me emotional too. Like I've said, I have seen you I started getting excited about this work when I was 21 years old. I knew I wanted to be a life coach at 21 years old. And I've always known that you're supposed to be doing this stuff too, Yeah. And that was 15 years ago. So to watch you stepping into this now, I have so much faith in you.
Thank you.
I have so much excitement for the women that get to be coached by you. Cause I think I know it's going to be a powerful experience. And I think even like, I don't even know what you're charging for the program exactly, but I know that whoever goes through it is going to get a really, really good deal. And I wish we had talked about this earlier, because now I want a royalty fee or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you bring me a couple of clients, I'll give you some free sessions.
I'm teasing.
I'll take you shopping.
Yeah,
you
sure.
always love my assistance with your shopping.
We're gonna do an episode where we go out shopping, because I actually need new clothes. I don't know if you can see, I've lost a little bit of weight.
You look great.
Thank you. Feeling good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for the women that get to go through your program for that reason.
Yeah, I think, and I've said this to you before, I think when you choose the coach counselor you want to work with, for me personally, I love working with someone who's had the firsthand personal experience of going through the things that you're struggling with.
Right.
And has been through the shit themselves.
Oh,
because
for sure.
There's one thing to learn about it in school, but to actually like go through it and have that integrated wisdom is like a completely different thing.
Totally.
So I feel really good about the fact that I've been through a lot of shit. I've been in counseling since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of that integrated firsthand experience. And then over the last number of years, like you say, you've been like watching me, knowing that I'm supposed to do this for the last 15 years. I would say the last 5 years, I really started, delving into the actual training of like going to holistic nutrition school. And then I did my breath work and my somatic experiencing, which is like more for trauma processing, and then counseling school. So I had a lot of fears that were stopping me from stepping into this work.
Yes.
But I was training and learning so much over the last 5 years that it's so cool now that I'm like, I feel really ahead of the game, because I was already working with clients in the past through nutrition and breath work and life coaching. So like now it's just feeling fucking great.
Yeah.
And to be bringing all these pieces of, like I just mentioned, the past things that I've trained in, there's so many different things that help us ultimately feel our best and heal.
Yeah.
And so I always wanted to be like a wellness Swiss Army knife and have all these different tools. And I'm going to continue to learn more, because that's just who I am.
Right.
And so, yeah, my goal is ultimately to be the fucking best coach counselor that I can be, and to truly help people empower them to help themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think there is this belief that like a counselor, a coach is going to be the one to like heal you, save you.
Yeah.
But the truth is like, we just help give you the tools and empower you so that ultimately like you have the truth, you have the wisdom in yourself. We just get to help lift you up.
Yeah. I feel like any form of coaching, counseling, therapy, the idea is the person doesn't actually need it.
Yeah.
But it will get you to the result much, much faster, saving you so much time, so much energy, and in a lot of cases, a lot of money too.
Yeah.
So that's what you're paying for.
Yeah. Well, often we have blind spots
Correct.
that we don't see, and it can be super helpful. Like even at this point in my life, like I still have blind spots. I still have my shit that I'm working through. Exactly. So, I still see a counselor. I think that's like super important if you care about growth and like you said, I personally like to expedite that process,
Absolutely.
But also too, just so much. I think another really big thing is I really learned this in going through my counseling school is like the healing power in being witnessed in your struggle.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but so often in the past when I was struggling with things, I felt I had to go at it alone, and I really isolated a lot.
Yeah.
And just actually like learning about the benefit of doing that healing with another human being. Like there's so much healing in that.
Sometimes I think it can be really confusing as to how do we do the healing work. And the mere practice of being present in the discomfort, being present, we talk about if you want to heal it, you have to feel it.
Yeah.
We have to lean in and feel it and observe that pain that's coming up without judgment. If you're able to do that with a skilled, educated practitioner, a therapist or coach counselor, to what you're saying, that is insanely powerful with the right connection.
Yeah. And I think some people, get to experience that with friends or family. If you've got somebody who you feel like you can share with who isn't, going to bring in their judgments or their bias. I don't know. For me, I just always felt like I was being a burden or like I was too much.
Right.
Or sometimes it's just like, yeah, I don't want to always share these parts of me that then going forward, this person is always going to be asking about this. Or like there's some things that you do just maybe want to keep more private.
Right.
Yeah. Which leads me to, kind of like the next thing that I was going to bring up today.
Hold on. How do people work with you on your
my program?
Your Queen program?
Yeah.
How do the ladies sign up for the Queen program?
Yeah, you can just reach out to me on Instagram or Facebook, anywhere on social media.
And say, hey, tell me more.
Just drop me a crown or say Queen Energy. And we'll get you in that Queen Energy, girl.
Well, and I'm sure that a lot of ladies want to hear more about it first. So do you offer like a consultation? How does that process work?
Yeah, I always like to do, like we'll do like a free, 15, 20 minute call where we can just connect. And because it's like I do have the framework of what this 12 weeks looks like, where I'm, ultimately like kind of the tagline is going from, hidden to heard. Going from hidden to heard. Or there's so many different, that's the thing when you're marketing something, it's like, how do you specifically just talk to one person when everyone is so different?
Right.
So that's why I do like to just do these calls with one-on-one with these ladies, so that I can get a specific sense of like, what is your specific struggle? What is your specific block? And what is the specific thing that you want to get out of our 12 weeks together? So I've got the framework, but I like to like shift it for each woman, customize it.
I love that. I just read the reason why I looked back. I'm looking at this. Yeah. I think it's called something.
You should grab it.
Princess.
So people can see it. I love this.
Yeah, this is actually a Vernon artist. You may know Jordan Perkins.
Is that a lion with a crown for those who aren't watching?
I think it's a lion. Yeah.
Wearing a crown. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I forget what it's called. It's something princess. Yeah. Beautiful.
Are you a queen too? Do you have queen energy?
Well, I do have
king energy
females coming in here. And I thought it was just such a beautiful, like, first of all, I love Jordan Perkins' work. I think I have several pieces in my house.
Yeah.
And I thought that this was just such a wonderful, because, for women stepping into that queen energy, that's what this is to me.
Yeah.
Is like that's a mirror of this, right?
That's really cool. I love that you're connected to that. Don't. We should also clarify, when you say you've got ladies coming in here, this is Braun's like coaching counseling space. So he has clients come into here. He's not like running a brothel or anything. I mean, not that I know of.
No, I'm not running a brothel.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So the other big thing, and this feels super vulnerable, and I honestly was like, I don't even know if I want to talk about this today.
Okay.
But I think there's just real power in being really open and honest about things. Yeah, this is something that I haven't talked to you about. I haven't talked to mom and dad about it. Like, my partner is literally the only person that knows.
Okay.
So yeah, like over the last year, one of my real personal struggles was with my weight and my body. And I feel like a broken record, because it's like, I think so many episodes I've talked about like my struggles with body and body image and stuff like that. And it's funny, I feel like since our last season, like you lost 30 pounds and I gained it. Like I gained your 30 pounds. And just the struggle with putting on that much weight in the last year, and I think a big part of that was like, I think a lot of women and people in general can relate to this. When you're going through big life changes, the last time I was in school, like the last time I was in nutrition school, I also gained a lot of weight, because you're sitting on your butt for so much of the day.
Right.
And it's just draining to be in school. It's exhausting.
It's a lot.
And so I find like stress is high. When your cortisol is higher, it's a lot harder to lose weight. So for anybody out there who's like going through stress, that's a real thing, is when your cortisol is higher, your body holds on to weight. But there was also other components. Like I moved in with my partner since our last season, and he has a daughter who's with us full time. and which has been really exciting and also come with a ton of learning, like stepping into that like step parent role when you've never really been around kids much before. That's maybe a whole other episode. But a part of that is just like, especially someone as myself coming from a background of like food being my vice.
Yeah.
And when I lived alone, it was really easy to control my environment. Yeah. And I think this is for anybody who has any kind of addiction, whether that's like food, alcohol. It's like, not to go into a bar if you're an alcoholic.
Right.
And so living with two other humans, like especially with a young girl who like, for anybody out there who's cooking food for their kids, like you're cooking the cheese quesadillas and the fries and the chicken nuggets. And when that stuff is around, like it's really hard not to eat it.
Yeah.
It's really hard not to eat it. And, there's been so much evidence and there's so many podcasts talking about this over the years where it's like a lot of us, like we feel so much shame and guilt when we feel like we can't have this self-control or the discipline to not engage with these things. But so many of these like conversations have been more around like it's really hard to have that willpower. And so can we just like create an environment where it's just built into your life where it's not there. That thing is not there. And you're set up to just like have to move your body. Like you have a job that's physical. So you're naturally getting exercise as opposed to having the willpower of going to the gym every day.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that's been a big part of it too. It's just like being in an environment where there's like more of that food that I wasn't eating before.
Right.
And so like,
it's come with some challenges for you.
Yeah. Like my struggle with my body this year.
Yeah.
Especially since we got back from Mexico, like our family went to Mexico at the beginning of the year. And I feel like, when I moved back, like I put on a lot of weight. Yeah. And if I'm being like fully honest, like I was really, really struggling, really struggling. There were a lot of pieces that came up, like none of my clothes fit.
Right.
Like literally none of my clothes fit. When I was living in Vancouver, I bought so many, like you've seen, my closet collapsed because I have so many freaking clothes and none of them fit.
Yeah.
And so to like, for any woman who's, put on that outfit and it's like, it doesn't fit, it's devastating. And to have a whole closet where I'm like, that doesn't fit, that doesn't fit, that doesn't fit.
Right.
And my language, I was noticing just like my language and my thoughts, the words that I was saying to myself were so mean.
Right.
Like I was being really fucking mean to myself.
Right.
And I'm not used to being that way to myself anymore. Like, when I was a teenager, I started seeing a nutritionist / eating disorders counselor.
Yeah.
And I've like over my life, I've done so much work around my body. And I think we're all, it's like so often we come to counseling and we hope that our issues are going to be like resolved overnight. Yeah. And so this just goes to show, I think like our deepest wounds, we heal in layers.
Right.
And I've come so far, but like this got triggered in me this year.
Right.
And just like seeing that language. And so, we had talked in a previous episode, like when I had Mom on talking about Ozempic.
Right.
And I was saying in that episode how I was just like really feeling that temptation to want to use that drug.
Right.
And for anybody who knows me, like that has been for me personally, I don't want to, because I feel like there's so much like controversy and everybody has so many opinions around Ozempic and anything to do with our bodies and our weight.
Sure.
So this is just about my personal journey with it.
Right.
For me in the past, I have been very more from like a holistic, natural lens.
Right.
And so the thought of doing that, using that, like especially with like my holistic nutrition background and education, like all the things that we learned in that, it was just like very out of alignment and out of my values to want to do something like that.
Right.
And I was saying in that episode with Mom, because my mom is on it, or Mom is on it, just like it's everywhere. Like you're seeing celebrities who are on it, who are losing weight.
Yeah.
You're seeing it advertised at hockey games and on your social media. Like it is everywhere.
Yeah.
And for someone who's struggled with their body their entire life, to see this like this like magical drug that like, yeah, apparently you can take it and I get to look like this again. Like that. I fought that for so long.
Yeah.
Because it didn't feel right for me, but I was really struggling with my body.
Right.
So I got to a point where like I had been thinking about it so much. Like I started having nightmares about it.
Wow.
Like I literally was dreaming about.
Like over the past 6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
I started having dreams about it where I was like taking it, using Ozempic. And in the dream, like I felt not good about doing it. Like I knew this was something against
your values. Yeah.
Yeah. And ultimately I got to the point where like I went to my doctor and I ended up getting it.
Okay.
And it was such
in real life.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
just making sure we're not talking about the dream still.
Yeah. No, in real life, I ended up going and getting it.
Yeah.
And I used it and I tried it for like 2 months, maybe.
Yeah.
And I ended up having like, so with every pharmaceutical drug, there's usually always side effects.
Yeah.
And that was my whole thing with this in the first place, was like, it's a relatively new drug. Mm-hmm. We don't really know the long term. Mm-hmm. And it's just crazy that I got to a point where I was just like, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to do it. Like, I want to be thin that bad. Yeah. If I'm being fully honest. Yeah. And yes, there is the part of me that is like, as I shared at the beginning of this episode, like I've struggled with my blood sugar since I was young. We've got diabetes and obesity in our family. And even when I went to my doctor, they were like, we now classify like overweight, like weight struggles and obesity as a hereditary, like it's genetic.
Right.
And that definitely is a component. Right. There are other components. Like the reality was I was sitting on my butt. I wasn't exercising anymore being in school, and I was eating a lot more. So there are habit things as well, for sure. But like we have always come from a family, like the genetics are in our family for us to have that higher blood sugar, insulin resistance. And when you have that going on in your body, it is a lot harder to lose weight.
Right.
And we put it on a lot easier. Yeah. So I ended up getting it, trying it. And I started getting, one of the side effects that you can get are like nausea. I didn't get that, but I started getting horrible heartburn, like really, really, really bad heartburn.
Oh dear.
To the point that it actually started to hurt to talk.
Oh.
Because there was so much acid coming up my throat.
Oh God.
It was like I felt it. It was like burning my vocal cords, and it started to hurt to talk. Ugh. One of my tonsils actually like split.
Oh my goodness.
I was having to eat dinner by 6 o'clock every night because that's one of the things that the drug does, is it slows the rate in which your food digests.
Right.
So it makes you feel fuller longer. So you don't want to eat as much. Yeah. And so I was having to eat dinner at like 6 o'clock, which for me was like pretty early.
Yeah.
And ideally when you have food in your stomach, you want it to digest before you lay down at night. For anybody who gets heartburn, going to bed and laying down flat when you still have food in your stomach, you're definitely more prone to have acid reflux.
Right.
You want that food to be digested before you lay down. And so even eating like 4 hours before bed, I was having to like prop myself up with so many pillows to not have horrible acid reflux.
Wow.
I was popping Gaviscon, like it was by my bedside table. And I don't even use that stuff. Like typically I'm, once again, like very holistic. I'm like, yeah, the body, oftentimes we can do natural things to get it to not have to use different drugs.
Right.
Because they all do have side effects.
Right.
So this was just like so out of my scope of
normalcy
and just like what felt honest and good for me. And it's amazing the things that we can do. Like, this whole time I'm like trying to normalize it in my head. And one thing I've taken from this year is I used to be so hardcore, like no drugs of any kind, no pharmaceuticals.
Right.
Whereas like my own personal experience with this, this is helping a lot of people. Like look at mom, like our mother has type 2 diabetes. She's had high blood pressure. And like for the first time, she doesn't have high blood sugar or high blood pressure.
Right.
So for like some people, it does wonders.
Right.
And same thing with going through counseling school and talking about, antidepressants. Like I used to before school, honestly, I was quite ignorant to a lot of this, where I was like, I just had a belief that it was a Band-Aid.
Right.
And I think there are times and seasons, and for people who these things do really help.
Right.
And it's very much so shifted my black and white thinking into like, yeah, maybe sometimes for a period we need these things.
Right.
And maybe we need them all the time.
Yeah.
I know people who've been on Ozempic who feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But for me, it was out of alignment of what felt true. So ultimately, I stopped.
Okay.
It's actually given me like an even better relationship with my body now. It's the same thing as when I got breast implants.
Right.
For those who don't know me, I shared about this on my social media as well. When I was 18 years old, I got breast implants, ended up getting, once again, for an aesthetic. I wanted to look a certain way, body image issues.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting breast implant illness, and it led to a whole slew of health issues.
Yeah.
And so when I got them removed, yes, I had and have super small boobs again. Yes, I have scars all over my chest, but I don't care because I'm not sick.
Right.
I'm not physically ill. I have my life. I have my health. And it gave me a whole new perspective around my body. And so it was like, maybe I just needed a reminder from the universe of like, your health is the most important thing.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to have gone to this, what felt like an extreme for me to take this,
right,
and to feel the negative impacts that it was having on my health with like the heartburn and not being able to talk. And it's given me a new, once again, respect and appreciation for just like being alive and healthy.
Wow.
Like, yes, I don't love right now that a lot of my clothes don't fit, even as we've been filming our videos and content and taking photos for this podcast. It's like, I see angles of myself and I'm like, yeah, I don't prefer this body for myself.
Right.
I like myself when I'm 30 pounds heavier. Not only do I feel better, I have more energy.
30 pounds lighter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say
heavier?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
But I prefer like the way that I look in that body. And that's just being honest. And I think
I feel the same way for myself.
Yeah. I think there's like a societal thing where we're not allowed to say like we like the way we look in a body of a different, it's just been this era of like, we're supposed to just love and accept. And I think that is very, very important.
Sure.
And there is a difference between like saying that like, this is a preference.
Right. I also think like, and I can speak to this for myself in a personal way too. I think that there's something to be said about what do you genuinely want to look like?
Yeah.
And for me, when I envision what I want to look like, it's a very specific body type. And so when I'm making moves towards that, the sense of pride and love and accomplishment and feelings of goodness come from me doing something that I want to do for myself.
Yeah.
It's not just about the body type. It's
100%.
It's about actually moving towards a value.
Yes.
Right. And there's a certain kind of like goodness and self-satisfaction and pride that comes from that.
Yes.
And I think that's an important part to say too, because it's not just about what you look like.
Yes.
It's about recognizing what genuinely feels like a match for my authentic self, my authentic desires, and then making moves towards that. And like, I hear you, sister, like being in that period of school and that changes in family dynamic where you're taking on that motherly role and cooking that food and having it be around you, like those two in combination itself, like that lends to a lot of stress, maybe even lethargy and opportunity to like your primary focus hasn't been on taking care of this as much as it has been showing up for school and the role that you've been put into.
Yeah. And so that's been one of the nicest things. Like I literally just finished school. As this comes out, it will have been a couple weeks ago, but as we record this, like it was just last week.
Yeah.
And so since I finished, it's been so nice to just prioritize self-care again. And I think for anybody out there who's like, in that place right now where they're not prioritizing it. It's just knowing like we go through seasons in life.
Yeah.
And like I said, this experience gave me a whole new, I still had a lot of shame around excess weight on my body and feeling like I had to show up in the world a certain way.
Yeah.
And part of my Queen Energy program is to help women like really live authentically.
Yeah.
And so like within that, realizing there was still a part of me that wasn't okay with being a certain way.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so like, even as I show up here today, like, you know, in the past, I probably would have had a lot of resistance to want to go on camera, or like even in the past, making sure the camera angles are okay. And now I'm just kind of like, I don't fucking care.
Good for you.
Like, this is my body.
Yeah.
And like, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is. And I think there's been so many people in my life who've made negative comments about my body, especially when it's been in a bigger size.
Mm.
And I think a lot of us have experienced that whether we were kids and we were bullied, or like whatever the case may be. We live in a world where, you know, some of us experience, as you've shared in a previous episode with your dating experience, with that comment about your body.
Yeah.
Because I know you've struggled with your weight as well.
Big time.
It's we really start to internalize that shame.
Yeah.
And it's really, I see this now as a gift that I did that, and I went to that edge.
Right.
Because it's like now I'm able to get back to my self-care from a place of like, I'm good with me right now. This is not my favorite way to feel or look.
Yes.
But like, I know what it takes to like get back into my health mode. And then now I have the time and space to do it.
Hell yeah.
And I don't have to hate myself right now in the process.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's really, I mean, it makes me think about, I have a picture in my phone from last July of 2024. So like 14, 15 months ago or so.
Yeah.
And in this picture, I'm like 35 pounds heavier than I am right now.
Yeah.
And in the picture, I'm the biggest fucking goof.
As
like
always.
I'm just like doing a goofy face.
Yeah.
And I remember taking that, and I remember thinking kind of along these lines of, I am happy right now. This is not what I want to look like.
Yeah.
I do not feel sexy. In fact, I think I look quite disgusting. Like for me, like in my standards and what I want to look like, I'm not proud of this.
Yeah.
But I am also simultaneously, I've done enough self-work to know how to be happy and feel good to some degree.
Yeah.
Even though I look like that.
Yeah.
Now, the point is that I think we're both making here is like, the more you go down that path and learn those lessons, you can simultaneously be happy with where you're at right now while going towards the goal. Totally. And you'll be even happier when you get there, because it's in alignment with what you want for yourself, and you have the time and space and the knowledge to do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think the differentiator there is like, so many of us get brought up to identify with our appearance.
Yeah.
Like, we see our value being attached to our appearance. So like, when we age, when our body changes, we don't feel like we're as lovable or as good of a human.
Yeah.
You know? So I think a lot of the healing for anybody out there that's like, how do I shift that? It's like getting to see your value in other areas beyond what this skin suit looks like.
Oh,
because you are way more than what is going on your exterior.
Totally.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Massive. So I'm sure that's a huge part of your program as well, is leading people through that as well. And it's not, and you already talked a little bit about that, but I'm excited for women to be able to go through that process.
Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what's been going on with me, but I'd love to hear for you. Like, you've lost 30 pounds. Like I said, it's funny that you lost it and I gained it.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I quit drinking at the beginning of this year in February. And I had already been doing yoga and going to the gym. I'm obsessed with a specific kind of yoga, the hot yoga, the Bikram series.
Yeah.
I like to refer to it as the 26 and 2 because Bikram is a piece of shit who women.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you seen that documentary?
No.
Ugh.
No.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, love what he brought to the world. Do not like the man.
Yeah.
Love, obsessed with this practice 26 and 2. I practiced very diligently for about 2 years back in 2016. And ever since I first started that, I knew that I wanted to be a teacher. And then I quit for like 7-8 years, didn't step into a yoga room from like 2017 to 2024. And so last July, which is when I took that picture, I stepped into the yoga room for the first time and I was 227 pounds.
Yeah.
And for the next 7 months or so, I went, but I was still drinking. Okay. So I definitely had some progress in my journey, but I was still like quite unhealthy. I was still quite bloated from my relationship with booze. And then this February I quit. So this month I'll be 7 months sober.
Yeah, boy.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thanks. And I've been just showing up to that yoga practice very, very diligently. It's funny. I actually want the physical results of going to the gym, but I actually haven't been to the gym in like 2 weeks because I've just been going to yoga every day.
Right. Like you're saying the difference between going to yoga versus when you're like going to the gym and weight training. Like you like the look of bulking up with like muscle, but yoga gets you more of that like.
No, I just love yoga so much.
Yeah.
Like either way, I'm going to have a great physique because of what I'm doing with the practice. But what I'm saying is the yoga, I'm just so much more passionate about.
Yeah.
To the point where, and this is fun news for me, it's not 100% yet because the training date hasn't been officially announced, but it looks like I'm going to be going to Spain in March of 2026 to take my yoga teacher certification.
That's so
which I'm
cool.
so excited about. Like,
that's dope.
Whew, yeah. This practice is just,
it's been life-changing for you, it seems like.
Oh, I love it so much. The feeling that I get when I'm in that room doing that practice is like nothing else. There's just this feeling of such strong beauty and love. Yeah, like I love it so much. It's done so much for me. And it's weird because some people, like it's not for everybody, right? But the people who love it like I do, they say the same thing. Like it does something for some people that's just so powerful.
What is that emotion?
Love. Love. It's love. And, and that's the thing, we have energy stored in the body. And when you're doing such an intense practice, like if anyone hasn't done the Bikram series, it's 26 and 2, there's a 60-minute version and a 90-minute version. You're going into a hot room. It's like 36, 37 degrees.
Yes.
You are sweating. You are exercising at such a deep level, bones to skin, inside and out, head to toe. You're getting rocked. Yeah. The way I feel afterwards, what I say is it's like taking a wet cloth and wringing it out. Like that's how you feel. You feel so open and alive and present and awake and just you feel the light of life pouring through you.
Fuck yeah.
So I feel, like I'm turning 37 in a couple months. I could easily see myself doing that every day for the rest of my life. And like that being one of the happiest parts of my day. Cause right now it is. Yeah. Next to the work that I get to do with people in my coaching practice, which is going so well too, partly because I'm doing really well in my own life, but partly because of this yoga too. Like the energy and the groundedness and the regulation that I have, it's been good for a few years now, but I'm so much more dialed in now than I ever have been. Yeah. So things are going well in that department for me. Yeah. And
may I say? Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really cool, like to see that emotion come up for you with it. It makes sense. Like I think for people who haven't experienced it, they're like, what? Like why? Right. But what you just said was like when you are in that practice, you are getting so present with yourself. You are getting connected to that life energy. You are getting connected to love.
Yeah.
In combination right now, like you've quit alcohol.
Yeah.
You are eating healthy.
I'm eating so hehealthy too.
There is
clean as hell.
nothing better than
except for those twin snakes candies in my cupboard.
There is no better feeling than when you are truly taking care of your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah.
And to be connected to that and to feel that inner peace.
Yeah.
Like that is fucking emotional because it's so beautiful.
Totally.
Like so many, especially for those of us who've struggled in life.
Yeah.
To have that contrast to then be connected to that beauty, that happiness, that peace, that presence, like it's powerful.
Well, and I always say, find a form of exercise that you love.
Yeah.
Because that's really what it's all about. Until I found Bikram yoga, I wasn't a big fan of exercise, right? So whether it's Zumba, going to the gym, right? Like Zumba is so awesome too. And I bring that up because I love that exercise as well.
You do?
Hell yeah.
I didn't know you like Zumba.
You know I like
Well, I know you love to dance,
you know I like
so
to dance.
that doesn't surprise me. I just didn't. Okay.
Zumba's so much fun.
It is so much fun.
Right? So you got to find a form of exercise that you genuinely love. Like I said, like I actually would love to have the results of going to the gym more than the results that I'm getting from yoga, but I just like the physical results, like the physical look, but I just love yoga so much. Like I would way rather choose that because of the feeling that it gives me compared to the gym. So whatever it is for the person, and like just even on a physiological level too, like that feeling of love is coming from like literally stretching out every single fiber of my body every single day in that class. Like it is cleansing out everything.
Yeah.
So
there is a real therapeutic component to especially practices like yoga that help not only move anxious energy out of our body, but also help us get into that rest and digest calm part of our nervous system.
Yes.
Like I remember when I first started doing yoga when I was in my 20s, I just went because it was like the trendy thing to do. And I had injured my knee doing kickboxing.
Right.
And so I went and started crying in certain postures.
Yep.
Like I wasn't thinking of anything sad, but it was like emotion was coming out of my body. And I had no idea at that time, but now after all these years of learning, it's like, emotion leaves our body. That is our nervous system's way of like discharging things from our body.
Correct.
That anxious energy. And so, practices like yoga are genuinely, it's like the physical side of therapy. We go to counseling and work with a coach to like more talk therapy, but there's so much that gets stored in our body that we can help move out through practices like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited about the future because I feel like, relatively speaking, I feel like I'm still at the beginning. And I say, even though I'm like, well into my practice and well into my journey, I feel like I'm still at the beginning because like my vision for my future and like what I want to be as a teacher and what that's going to do for me career-wise too, which by the way is so fun because it is hot yoga. And there's a hot Johnson, right? So there's a lot of heat coming into the room is what I'm saying.
True. That's so cool. I am so proud of you and so excited for you. Yeah. The fact that you've quit drinking and to just see you being so committed to your health. More, it's just like, I see how much it lights you up, like how much you truly love going to yoga and you just look so healthy. Like you look so vibrant, like in comparison to like rewind last season when you were drinking more, like you look vibrant. Your eyes look alive. Yeah. You see that life, that source really coming through. Yeah. And so it's just so cool to see you really owning your life and rocking it.
Appreciate that. Yeah. And it's like, we're always on a fucking journey. Like there's still, that's what I love. That's what I love. And I feel like that's really what I want to intend for this season too, is like just really realizing that there's never, ever going to be a time where we're done.
No.
We're always on a hero's journey. We're always looking towards a next step towards creating success in whatever area of our life, health, career, relationships.
Yes.
We always have another dragon to slay.
1,000%.
Right. And I think that what I really want people to hear is that it doesn't matter where you are right now. The truth is, and you might not be able to see this right now, but it's true. You are in the perfect place to be tackling the next step. I think one of the biggest things is the willingness to cultivate the courage to call ourselves out of what is that dragon that we're coming up against. You know, maybe you're in a relationship that is no longer in alignment with what you really want as a human being. Maybe it is your health. It could be related to your career, whatever it is that is not working in your life or needs to be added or needs to be changed in some way. We always have that. There's never going to be a place where we get it done.
Yeah.
And it's like, to what you said earlier, let's just give ourselves the grace to accept ourselves where we're at right now and say, let's rock and roll on whatever our next step is.
Yeah.
Because you're always going to have one. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
There is the support there for you. You know, Denai's launching her program for the ladies, and you're also doing one-on-one sessions as well.
Yeah.
Right. So there's support, whether it's me, Denai, or someone else. Connect with your community, connect with the friend, the counselor, the therapist, the coach, whoever it is. Have the courage to show up and speak the thing that needs to be changed, that needs to be addressed. Because if we don't, then we're just going to feel stagnant. We're going to feel stuck.
Yeah.
The next step is to just call ourselves out. That does take courage, but you're fucking worth it.
Yeah.
And when you do, you'll be so proud of yourself in a, you know, that humble, uncomfortable way at first, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. That's what I want this season to be about.
Cool.
You're worth moving forward for.
Is it worth it? Let me work it. Pushing down, flip it and reverse it. Yes, you're up and yet whatever she's saying there.
Missy, if you got a big,
let me work it.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you taking clients right now? You're a busy boy between Bronza wedding officiant, as well as doing his coaching and hypnotherapy.
I'm currently in this moment not taking on any clients because I'm moving into more group coaching. So I'm getting that all polished up.
Dope.
So pretty soon there's going to be a launch of my group coaching program that's related to helping people heal their shit so that they can attract and create and cultivate healthy, fulfilling relationships that feel aligned with their authentic self. That's what I'm building.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And there's going to be so many people who will want that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's one thing, you know, we all want love and relationships, and yeah, that's going to be beautiful.
For sure. Yeah.
Is there anything else? I feel like I rambled on a lot of that today, so
all good.
Apologies.
No, it feels really good. We're excited for next week's episode. Stay tuned. We got a lot of really good things dialed in for the next couple of seasons. We're already envisioning way out into the future. So we genuinely are so grateful to have you along this journey.
Mm-hmm.
Please reach out, comment, like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. We really are here because we ultimately just want to help make the world a better place. And we know probably better than a lot of people do, because of how long we've been so passionate about this work, is being examples of what it means to show up in a vulnerable, sometimes very uncomfortable, authentic way. When we give ourselves permission to do that, it is a call to action for you to do the same thing. Because when we do that, we break out of our patterns that are limiting us from achieving our greatness. And when we do that, then and only then can we really make strides towards the life that we really want to create. And that's what we want for you. So it's an invitation to come along on this journey with us. So comment below. We want to connect with you. We love you.
Bye, guys.
Much love.
Oh,
That's good.
L'chaim.